Welcome to UXL, where you can learn new skills anytime and anywhere. Visit uxl.com to explore our full course selection. This lesson is part of a larger course. Check the video description below for a link to the full course where you can enroll. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. For your convenience, the course cover displayed on your screen provides the complete course title and lesson title. Let's proceed with the lesson. Lesson: Understanding the basics of resource dependency theory. Resource dependency theory posits that organizations are not self-sufficient. They rely on external resources to function effectively. These resources can include raw materials, financial capital, labor, and information, among others. This dependency shapes the behavior of organizations and influences their strategic decisions. The theory, introduced by Jeffrey Pfeffer and Gerald Salancik in their seminal work, The External Control of Organizations, a resource dependence perspective, provides a framework for understanding how organizations manage their dependencies and the power dynamics involved in these interactions. The core of resource dependency theory revolves around the premise that organizations must engage in transactions with various external actors to acquire the resources they need to survive and thrive. These transactions create dependencies, which can pose risks to the organization's autonomy and stability. Organizations, therefore, engage in strategies to manage and mitigate these dependencies, ensuring they maintain control over their operations and reduce uncertainty. One of the fundamental concepts in RDT is the notion of power. Power in this context is defined as the ability of one actor to influence the behavior of another. The level of power an organization holds is directly related to the importance of the resource it controls and the availability of that resource from alternative sources. For instance, if a particular supplier is the only source of a critical raw material, that supplier wields significant power over the organization dependent on that material. Conversely, if the resource is readily available from multiple suppliers, the organization's dependency on any single supplier is reduced, thereby diminishing that supplier's power. The theory suggests several strategies organizations can employ to manage their dependencies and reduce the power of external actors. One common strategy is diversification. By diversifying their resource base, organizations can reduce their reliance on any single supplier or market, thereby mitigating the risks associated with dependency. For example, a manufacturing firm might source raw materials from multiple suppliers in different regions to avoid disruptions caused by geopolitical instability or natural disasters. Another strategy is the development of interorganizational relationships, such as alliances, joint ventures, and mergers. These relationships can provide organizations with greater control over critical resources and reduce their dependency on external actors. For instance, a technology firm might enter into a strategic alliance with a key supplier to secure a steady supply of components, ensuring that its production processes are not disrupted. Organizations can also engage in vertical integration, where they take control of the supply chain by acquiring suppliers or distributors. This strategy allows organizations to internalize their resource dependencies, thereby reducing their reliance on external actors. A classic example of vertical integration is the case of the oil industry, where major companies like ExxonMobil and BP have historically controlled both the extraction and refining of oil, ensuring a steady supply of the critical resource. Resource dependency theory also highlights the role of negotiation and bargaining in managing dependencies. Organizations can negotiate favorable terms with their suppliers, customers, and other stakeholders to reduce the impact of their dependencies. This might involve long-term contracts, volume discounts, or other arrangements that provide the organization with greater stability and predictability. The theory is not without its criticisms. Some scholars argue that RDT places too much emphasis on external factors and neglects the internal capabilities and strategies of organizations. Others contend that the theory's focus on power and dependency dynamics can oversimplify the complex and multifaceted nature of organizational behavior. Despite these criticisms, RDT remains a valuable framework for understanding the interplay between organizations and their external environments. Empirical evidence supports many of the theory's propositions. For instance, a study by Hillman, Withers, and Collins found that firms with greater resource dependencies are more likely to engage in political activities to influence regulatory outcomes, thereby reducing their vulnerability to external pressures. Similarly, a meta-analysis by Dries and Huygens demonstrated that organizations with higher levels of resource dependency are more likely to form alliances and joint ventures as a means of managing their dependencies. Resource dependency theory also has practical implications for managers and policymakers. For managers, understanding the dynamics of resource dependency can inform strategic decision-making, helping them identify and mitigate risks associated with external dependencies. For policymakers, the theory underscores the importance of creating a stable and predictable regulatory environment that minimizes the uncertainties organizations face in acquiring critical resources. An illustrative example of RDT in action is the case of Apple Inc. and its relationship with suppliers. Apple relies on a global network of suppliers for components used in its products. Recognizing the risks associated with this dependency, Apple has implemented several strategies to manage its supplier relationships and reduce its vulnerabilities. These strategies include diversifying its supplier base, investing in long-term contracts, and maintaining stringent quality control standards. Additionally, Apple has engaged in backward integration by acquiring some of its suppliers, thereby internalizing critical aspects of its supply chain. In conclusion, resource dependency theory provides a robust framework for understanding the external pressures and dependencies that shape organizational behavior. By highlighting the importance of power dynamics and the strategies organizations can employ to manage their dependencies, the theory offers valuable insights for both scholars and practitioners. As organizations navigate an increasingly complex and interconnected global environment, the principles of RDT remain as relevant as ever, guiding strategic decisions and informing policy development. This concludes the lesson. We trust you found this video informative and engaging. To enroll in the complete course, please use the link provided in the description below. At UExcel, we are committed to your learning journey. Each course offers a certificate of completion, online support, and downloadable resource files to enhance your experience. If you found our content valuable, we invite you to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to supporting your continued pursuit of knowledge.